Namaskar, good morning to everybody. Assalamu alaikum, Sat Sri Akal. June 1, 2020. Suraj Singh, International Professional Engineer India Bharat, Chartered Engineer India Bharat, speaking from location Faridabad, Bharat. To my all friends around the world. Regarding what's happening to COVID-19 and about management on projects, including contracts. General talk, general talk about profession and how to move life when there is emergency in life. Certification, for your reference only. This is Chartered Engineer certification issued by Institution of US India under IIRL Charter 1935, a statutory title granted. And this is boring again, early morning, in all sleep. I don't know, people are sleeping sound. Yes, you are sleeping sound and you are tired also because you worked a lot during lockdown all over the world. Anxiety came to you and boring came to you. Both people around the globe were so busy during this lockdown. Many of you use this time for their good, while many of you use their time for bad. Bad in a sense. I should not explain that, you understand what I mean. They were not used to sit at home for decades, but now millions, billions were forced to sit at home with no objective. Objective is watch computer, watch TV, or watch nothing, sleep, or improve your knowledge, depending on what your nature is. But I did not experience very good from people, from community. I tried my best to extend, to share with them whatever small degree of knowledge I have achieved, acquired during my career. During my career means I'm now 65 or 66, about around 40 years professional experience at every level. I thought people can share with me, I can share with them. But I did not find many very encouraging input from them. I'm sure generation has changed. People have different type of interests. Means I thought that we have a different society, but there is a major change. People are more attracted physically rather than mentally. This I am feeling. Hardly 0.5% people may be attracted mentally. You can say on intellectual status, intellectual standards. Otherwise, I'm finding physical intimacy more important, more significant than something else. This is my observation. I can be wrong. I can be misunderstood. And I can misunderstand you. But what feedback I'm getting on my Facebook or elsewhere, I'm not very encouraged by people. I have around 4,800 or more, 4,900, I don't say 5,000 friends on Facebook and few hundreds on other let's say, portals. I'm not finding anything that I try my best to give them something. But they are not ready to receive that, unfortunately. I'm getting messages which are no use. I'm getting photographs which are of no use. They're sending messages which are of no meaning. Actually, there is no interaction as it should be among society, among communities. It indicates that there is no ambition left in society, there is no objective left in society. They just want to live for sake of living without fixing any mark, hallmark of their life. This is what I could understand. Probably I may be wrong, maybe your experience is different, but different or not different, this is my feeling I'm expressing to you. SARS to COVID-19 has come at right time because ultimately it has to change world and it tried its best to change world. But what is not ready to change in fact? Fact is that world is not ready to change because bad habits never go easily. There was a time when people were interested in education, people were interested in acquiring knowledge to something very specific for, for good of society. But now it's not seen. It's not seen only here in this country, everywhere. Europe, America, England. I think a high degree of madness has taken over minds of people. They can't, tolerate anything. They can't tolerate. Tolerance factor is gone, irrespective of age. They just want to be happy, survive according to their wishes. Sacrificial tendency has gone, objective tendency has gone. What you have to do for world, that level of anger has gone, determination has gone. What is left is we have a right to live, we want to enjoy, this is our right, this is that. They forgot right is not positive. Right depends on your qualities, depends on your performance. That point they have forgotten. Unfortunately, I I treat COVID-19 different way. I do not treat this as a virus. It's a teacher to everybody. That's what I calculate. Because if something is not clear, by whatever, there are thousands of scientists involved and billions of people involved. You think they cannot know? They can know. They have adequate capacity to know. But they are not allowed to know. They are only speaking something, sometimes, something, sometimes, something, something. This means there is someone that wants to teach us, listen, learn it, or you can't be happy. There's a talk of environment every day. Environment Day is also coming, World Environment Day, and which talks of biodiversity. Biodiversity term is okay, but can we avail it? Can we do it? We cannot do it, I'm sure. You may ask why you're talking like this. It's not I'm talking, it's fact. Until you have a sacrificial tendency, you cannot promote biodiversity. If you want to promote biodiversity, you have to respect every creature of universe, every creature who is living on earth. Can you change your eating habits? Can you change your living habits? No, you cannot change. 100% true. 95% people eat dead bodies, non-veg. Can they change? They cannot change. Billions cars etc. are available. Can they change? They cannot change because comfort cannot be sacrificed so easily. When there was no comfort, they had been living, but they were forced to live. Now they have power to live, they have haves to live, they have money to live, and they claim this money belongs to them. There's a claim also. I don't know how. They gathered it only. They gathered that power. They didn't earn it. They just gathered it from others and they claim it's their own. Unfortunately, these riches have forgot, these haves have forgot that this is not their money. They are using this money because others gave them this money. Due to whatever reason, due to whatever you can say, those who are riches, they are not riches because on their own efforts, but because they abused others. All. You may be businessman, you may be industrialist, you may be corporate, you may be whatsoever you are all over the world. It's other people who made you give this money. You got this money. Otherwise, you have to work whole day. You cannot get this money. And this money belongs to everybody because this money comes from earth. This money does not come from your own work. Earth has a fixed value. I think it's difficult to understand by people that our economy is not independent. It's not our economy. Economy throughout the world comes from hidden resources, hidden wealth of earth. If earth does not give this, if earth does not have this, what is meaning of economy? You may talk in terms of GDP, you may talk some of whatever terms you use, you can talk in whatever way. But don't forget that you have not produced any wealth on earth. Rather, earth is giving you food, water, earth is giving you everything, whatever is required for your development or which you think is your development. Earth cannot change its wealth. Whatever quantity of water is there, it is earth. Earth has that. You cannot change it. Whatever quantity of gold is there in earth, whatever quantity of diamond is there in earth, whatever quantity of whatever precious material is property of earth, nobody can change it, only earth can change it. This point we must understand in its entirety. No partism, but we can't understand this. Our economists, our leaders, our public can't understand it. You may value in any currency, whatever currency you convert it to, that is your choice. That currency is also a unit. It's not basics. No currency is basics. Only a reference. You can say it's just a transmission. It's just a transaction unit. It's not wealth. How $1,000,000 you have, how many $1 billion you have, it's only calculation purpose. It's not wealth. Currency is not wealth. It's only exchange unit. Wealth is there. First of all, we are wealth as individual. Everybody is wealth. Your body is wealth. Your energy is wealth. Your soul is wealth. Your mind is wealth. Your attempts are wealth. Your work is wealth. Whatever you do for you, for earth, for world, that is a contribution to wealth. It cannot be measured. That's right. You have education, that is your wealth, mind wealth. You have good health, that is your wealth. This way, you should consider something which is not considered till now. It's not easy also because we have been taught that this is wealth. You have a house, this is wealth. You have so much square kilometer area built up, this is wealth. You have so many infrastructure facilities, this is wealth. We have been taught like that. This is not my fault or your fault. But think of as a human being, from where ultimately we get this? From where does it come? Can we produce this? We cannot produce. Can you produce stone? Can you produce water? Somebody says, yes, we can produce water. That is not production. That is conversion. I'm talking of production, original production. Can somebody claim today, whosoever be, I can give you a drop of water? Is there someone in this world who can claim that I can give you a drop of water without any resource? Think of what I'm saying. If you want to get a drop of water, you need 2 parts of hydrogen and 1 part of oxygen. Without that, you can't do that. This means it's not original. It is converted from hydrogen and oxygen. Where is your water? If I ask someone, can you get air produced originally? They say, yes, it is produced originally. Where? Where did you produce originally? If you ask that question, nobody can answer. Basically, what I'm saying is, physically, if you see, wealth is Earth planet. Wealth is on its surface. Wealth is within it. Otherwise, there is no wealth. Otherwise, you are wealth. Whatever food you are getting, that's also from surface of earth. From plantation, from trees, from grass, from crops, from water, from sun, from soil, from fertilizer. Is there something that you made? Very plain questions that to all. Is there something that you made? You can think and use this in combination with each other. Otherwise, you cannot do anything. That is what I'm saying. Wealth, economy has got different meaning, which you never understand. You cannot change diameter of earth, can you? You cannot change size of sea, can you? Yes, you are abusing it. We say we are getting fossil fuels and we proudly say, oh, we have so much reservoir of oil. If some country gets some oil or reservoir, oh, I have a reservoir here, they just intend to take it out, explore it. America did that, right? Superpower, so-called, so self-appointed superpower of world. It used to import oil from Gulf, from Libya, and maybe from many other countries, Venezuela or where, I don't know. Throughout life it did that. For that purpose, it attacked many countries like Iraq, like Libya, and like others, because it wanted oil. It harmed so much. Same earth from which it is getting oil, and it is staying on that. Earth is so innocent, it did not say anything to anyone. Now same America got oil from shale, and they were happy they got oil. They were not using it, they were exporting also. They stopped importing from GCC countries, the Middle East, and Libya is its original supplier of oil. Because it caused so much harm to humanity. United States of America, in Bush time, other times, this time, for purpose of wealth, they can go to whatever extent possible. But this is not their property. I have only one commitment, I have only one contemplation, that whoever is living on earth, wherever you are living, it is your property. Earth is your property, everybody's property. No one can claim on it that this is mine, because earth is same for all. It's not different for US and not different for China and not different for someone else. These Gulf countries and Middle East countries who got petroleum in 1935, they enjoyed it, explored it. One point I can never realize, means they only explode from sea basin, from ocean base, they explode it for many decades. What did they give back to earth? Nothing, nothing, nothing. We are getting fruit, food, everything from green, from agriculture. What we are getting back to earth? Nothing. This means we are only taking from them. Taking from Prithvi, earth, you can say Prithvi Mata, world mother, mother world, whatever you go on say, earth mother. We are drawing every facility from earth. We are not paying back anything. We are getting sunlight free of cost. We are getting air free of cost. We are getting rain free of cost. We are getting soil free of cost. And we are getting this chemical process that creates clouds, creates water, rain, everything, grows crops by its own chemical actions, by its own process. We get something free of cost. We are only growing and eating, growing and sowing and crop. What else we are doing in that? But we eat every year, every season. We don't give back to earth anything because we don't have anything. Fact is, we don't have anything. It's mercy of earth, it's mercy of God that gives us food, that gives us seasons, because of that we get wealth, health, and everything. This point we don't keep into our consideration, that we have nothing actually. This talk of GDP, this talk of economy is all hoax. It's only relative, because there can be no rise in economy, any, because original economic aspects no one can change it, because we don't know it. Can you go below surface of earth? Can you go below sea? Can you go below ocean? Can somebody today say that I can construct one room 10 kilometers below earth? Can you find some person who says that I can construct a room at a depth of 10 kilometers from surface of earth? Okay, show me, convert, make, do it. You can't do it. Can somebody says I can reach bottom of earth, bottom of sea and bottom of ocean? You cannot find anybody. So what for we are boasting ourselves? Why we are fighting for ourselves? We are fighting among various societies, various nations, various races. America, what's happening? Floyd, case of George Floyd, black, and these Americans white. They are killed him. They are killing themselves, fighting themselves. What for? Only skin difference. Some religions are fighting for nothing. Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, all that. What is after all meaning of that? Did earth ever tell you that I have this religion? Did God ever tell you that I have this religion? You yourself assume. I should not talk of religion, I'm just referring to you. Nobody claimed anything, but we just claim and self-appoint. You are my God, I shall worship you. This is why I'm saying you are my wealth. I am rich. Where is your wealth? Yes, you have bank balance. Indeed, that is bank balance. That is only quantity of money you have. But suppose Earth stops giving you everything. Okay, I won't give you anything. Can your bank money buy that? If today air says, I will not work for you, today sun says, I will not work for you, today earth says, I stop moving, I'm not working for you, today sea says, I freeze myself, I don't work for you, can you survive as human? Just think that way. These natural resources, sources, and agencies are serving each and every human being, creature, living being, free of anything. We are not requesting even please work for us, yet they are working for us. So kind, so merciful. Yes, we may feel it's thunderstorm, it's tsunami, it is this and it is that. We may feel that. That is our feeling, but not their feeling. This is their work, just to retake equilibrium, rotary equilibrium, dynamic equilibrium, to just come back to that balance mechanism. It all happens, and that is because of us. Because Earth rotates with that speed on its axle as well as around sun, that it has to maintain its balance. You don't feel that, that is your problem, because you are a part of Earth when you come to Earth. If Earth rotates, you rotate. If Earth orbits around sun, you orbit around sun. It doesn't allow you to feel even. And remember, if it allows you to feel, you cannot stay. You cannot live. This air, this lithosphere means a solid part of Earth or global part of Earth, lithosphere, and this aerosphere. If they say, okay, you are free of us, today, if they declare, okay, gentlemen, you are free of us, means you are liberated, you have full freedom, don't depend upon us. Think what shall happen. This means air withdraws its force from you, earth withdraws its support from you, and you are free. You are free to fly because you are not caught by gravity. You are free to fly. Okay, fly. How far can you fly? When you come out of air controls, what shall happen? Have you ever thought? Earth orbits at a speed of 125,000 km per hour. Can you digest that speed? Earth rotates at speed of 1600 km per hour. Can you adjust that speed? You will finish. Imagine you are traveling at a speed of 125,000 km per hour. You will not survive. It's same thing as if in flight is airborne, you come out of that flight in temperature of minus 60 degrees to minus 90 degrees. At speed of 900 kilometers, you will vanish. So think this way. Earth is giving you life. Earth is giving you survival. Sun is giving you support. Rain is giving you support. Food is giving you fuel. You are all getting this and you are talking of wealth, GDP, this and that. I think economists also do not understand this. Their economy is economy only based on earth resources. This is basics of economy. Earth resources cannot be changed. Impossible. Because sunlight is also a resource. Air, of course, is a resource. Water body is a resource. Solid body is a resource. Continents are a resource. Chemicals within sea are a resource. Chemical within solid part is also a resource. And we are a resource. How can you measure potential of a person, mind of a person? What is unit of measurement of mind? God has given you mind. What unit can you measure for evaluating power of mind? Is there any unit? Some unit? Have you thought of? Never, you never thought of. There are billions of birds all around our globe. Did you ever think of for what they are there? There are billions and millions of fishes and other sea bodies, citizens, you can say, sea body residents, water body residents. There are billions and billions of other living beings. They are all part of Earth. They have certain lives and certain responsibilities within themselves. What for you need not study, God knows it well, and those who deal with them knows it well. Do you know how many soil particles are there? Do you know that? How many electrons are there in metals? How many protons and neutrons are there? You do not know. You only know wealth. How many particles in my body I have? Do I know? I can't know. So many billion machines God has landed on earth, produced on earth. I am also one of those machines, and you too. That is what I'm saying. Don't be mad for wealth. Use wealth is one part. But feeling that your honor of this is foolishness. Because you can never be honor of that. Yes, maybe in your name for few decades, but it is not yours. It cannot go with you. You can't take with you. You cannot take this body with you. Forget other things. Therefore, change mindset. We have an imaginary mindset till now. Everybody is imagining, oh, this is mine. I would this in 2040. I would do this in 2030. Imagination. Only imagination. What you are doing now, tell me that. Where did you use that wealth given by Almighty? In atom bomb, in nuclear bomb, in fission of nuclear reactor, enrichment of uranium, searching for thorium, searching for heavy water, searching for heavy earth, finding wealth below sea, fight for that. I am going to South China Sea for finding too much wealth lies below sea. You are only interested in wealth. After all, what shall you with? I will raise my GDP. I will create employment. Yes, that's right. Employment is also important. That is physical form of economy, macroeconomy of every country. But is this your wealth? Question is again same. Okay, imagine. Today, say, Earth is 12,500 diameter ball. You take out everything from Earth in form of wealth. Crust is called, top portion of this ball is called crust, which is assumed to be up to 35 kilometers from sea surface, you can say. 35 kilometers. And then it's up to the center of ball or center of sphere is, let us say, 6,500 kilometers. Unfortunately, you can say our scientists, our other people, they are not clear about that. They are clear only up to few kilometers, this is that. They are not even clear about what is below, what is within sea body itself. When I talk of sea or ocean, I mean to say, let us say up to 4 kilometers from surface of sea is uh, depth of sea, up to 4 kilometers. And if you define ocean, you can say if you go below to 10 kilometers, that maximum depth of ocean. That is imagination. At most, you can pass electric waves or some other waves, sound wave, or whatever is best suited for that experiment. You can perform. But can somebody physical go there? My question is that. Or is it possible to go there? Forget can go or cannot go. Is it possible to go? There's a lot of biodiversity, lot of creatures, lot of living beings, lot of chemicals, lot of minerals in that water body. Relevant people, relevant scientists, engineers, they know about that. I don't know about that. But that is. This means you have wealth there. And people are hungry for wealth. How do you get fossil fuels? Which you can petroleum, petrol, diesel, all that. From where you get? From fossil fuel. And what is fossil? If it comes from some fire, where is fossil comes? Think of that. Where from fossil comes? And you always see this platform in sea, offshore you call it, offshore what? You go to Gulf countries, Middle East countries, or wherever there's a platform which is used for purpose of drilling or rigging to extract raw oil, slug, extract that. Why? It's only near sea or offshore. Because for fossil fuel, where is fossil? Where fossil comes from there? This means there are billions of living beings in water body itself. Water body means sea plus ocean all over world. That water body, which is a saline water. River water is not saline. You take Ganga water, Yamuna water, you will not find it saline. But as soon as it enters sea body, why it becomes saline? Question to understand. Thinking issue. Because sea body rests on rocks, basaltic rocks. Generally, basaltic means very strong rock containing salts of all types, and water depth is say 4 kilometers or 10 kilometers. 4 kilometer depth means what? And 10 kilometer depth means what? Just calculate it mathematically. When I say 1 cubic meter of water, what does it mean? 1 meter, and 1 meter depth. Cube of 1 meter, which means 1000 kilogram or 1 ton. 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter water body equal to say 1000 kilogram. Going little more, let us say round figure 1 ton per meter cube. Or if you say 4 kilometer depth, means 4000 tons per meter square. When you say 1 cube, means 1 square meter by 1 meter. So I'm saying 4000 kilometer means 4000 ton per square meter. Pressure of water at bottom 4 kilometer of sea is 4000 ton per square meter. Let us say my body how much? Let us assume my body is 0.5 square meter. Forget one time. Forget one. So I'm not 100% 1 square meter. Though it is around, it can be, let's say half 0.5 square meter. When I say 4 kilometers, 4,000 ton per square meter, and when I'm laid there at 4 kilometer depth, that is half square meter projection of my body's area. This means 2,000 ton pressure lies on me. 2,000 ton pressure is applied on me by with water force. Can I tolerate 2,000 ton on my body? Imagine 2,000 ton. I can't survive. I'll vanish. And if I go to bottom of ocean, it is then how much? Here is 2,000, there is 5,000 ton. So this means, technically speaking, engineering-wise speaking, I cannot walk down or swim down or dive down to that level. Wherever my pressure I cannot tolerate, I'll be up. Buoyancy effect. Let us say I'm 50 centimeters, 1 meter down, for example. I'm 1 meter down in sea. This means 1 ton or 0.5 ton, half ton pressure on my body. Half ton means 500 kilogram. I cannot tolerate that even. 500 kilogram. How can you tolerate 500 kilogram weight is placed on you? Can you tolerate it? You cannot tolerate it. So my body can't on floats because my bottom of body pressure ticks up and you come back by buoyancy effect. I'm just trying to tell what is nature, what it has given us, and what we have given it back. This is all part of biodiversity. We are taking food from sea, we are taking food from surface of earth, we are taking food from where it's available. We don't consider it's veg or non-veg. We are saying this is food for eating. Okay, nature says you are eating food, no problem. The problem lies that you are killing them. For what? Because there is oil in them, you want to enjoy that oil. There is blood in them, you want to enjoy blood, or what do you want to enjoy ultimately? Oil is there in vegetable also. Oil is there in plants also. Mustard oil, coconut oil. Oil is there. Desi ghee is there. Milk is there. What is not there? Tea plant is there. Water is there. You should be contented with that, but no. This 2-inch, my palate tongue, I want to enjoy it. That's my problem. That is problem of human being. We have killed billions of such living beings, every one of us. Directly or indirectly, we are all involved with that. This means we think that God created these for us. We think that. We assume that, oh, this is for us, otherwise why should be there? If same assumption, these animals adopt, oh, these are food for us, no problem, God gave this human for me to eat. Why do you run away them? You are food for them and they are food for you. Right or wrong? Different thinking, totally different. Therefore, what I say, earth, whole world, this universe is not under your ownership. It's for your support, for your benefit, for your strength of body, for your strength of mind, for that purpose. You were allowed air to come for something, you forgot that. Why I am giving example fossil fuel? It's very important. You These dead bodies in sea, they convert their bones, their all body masses composition, whatever it is, they convert it to fossils. And this fossil is converted to fuel, petrol, diesel, whatever you get from that. Or where's you or from where it comes from? Tell me from where. This means there were so many living beings, and still there are so many living beings are there. We can't understand how many, but there are billions all over, all over the world, within sea, within water body. Why don't we understand this? That this they die there and they have carbon in them, which is we call them carbohydrates or carbohydrates we call them water-based carbon. After all, these are all carbon fuels. These fossil fuels are based on carbon contents, just like steel is based on carbon contents. So we are using carbon to fuel our vehicles. We are getting fossil fuel from these animals, dead bodies, and this takes, I think, many centuries, if not millions, many centuries to produce this fuel, fossil fuel, petrols. Many centuries it takes. It's not done in one day or 2 days. But what we do, when we know that in 1935 oil is understood to be here in Gulf countries, we started exploring it. We are so, I know, so what you can say, crazy. We are so crazy that we want to finish it. For what? For our economy. When we got fuel means we must have some use of that. See, we researched and we industrialized to production of cars, vehicles, transport, flights, every kind of resource, every kind of appliance or application consume that. So there is car industry, there is truck industry, there is this industry, and there is that industry. Industry. Don't forget, name itself says in dust. Ultimately, this is dust. If you just understand article meaning of that. Why a factory? Because it produces some facts. Industry, this is dust. Sometimes you have to have such kind of humor in intellectual even. So you got this dust. God took maybe 500 years, 1000 years, 2000 years to create this fuel, and it's still in process of creation, and we are burning it. In our country, 35 crore vehicles run every day, and maybe around the globe 2 billion. Maybe I'm not counting, but I think if 2 billion, small or big, scooter or motorcycle, all these cars run every day, consuming this fuel, then our industries consume these fuels, then our airlines consume these fuels, then our AC consume this fuel, trains consume this fuel, engines consume this fuel. You think air being very fine, you think that you are respirating ambrosia. What do you think? You are respirating or breathing with flour. How? How can you? You are adding carbon every moment to air. Doing or not? This kind of problem, this kind of question is to be understood. How many lakhs generators we are using? How many crores air conditioners we are using? And then we complain. Then we complain. Bushfire happens in Australia, happens in America, happens somewhere else. Floods, cyclones, all this. Why? Because of we are causing imbalance to them. We are impacting on center of gravity of this earth body. So when it is balanced out, it has to take back its balance point, which results in tsunami, which results in plate tectonics, which results in every act that results in disturbance of earth that we take. Why don't we understand that we have to bring back what we lost? We cannot bring back, but we can bring back to that level that is possible. Can you imagine today if I say stop all vehicles? You can't imagine. You can't say no, it's not possible. Can you imagine if I say stop all these industries? You can't imagine. If I say stop all production, can you imagine that? I say stop all this mining, stop this crushing. Can you imagine? No, nobody can imagine that. Because physical life is working because of that only. Our life, physical life is moving because of that. That is what we understand. Because we believe in house, we believe in flyover, we believe in road, we believe in railway, we believe in flights. We want to use every facility which we have abused from Earth. Had we not explored to say steel, have we not explored some other material or mineral from Earth? Could you have flights? Could you have buses? Could you have something? There was no industrialization at all. This means Earth material, Earth resources led us to get all this industrialization. But we have done over. We have not kept within tolerance. We have crossed line, but still Earth is there, don't worry. Earth is not moving anywhere else. Fortunately, God has not told you till now actually what is there if you go further below. Till that point, still there is control, but we have forgot. World is on brink of collapse. World is now on brink of a collapse, and it is collapsing. It's not saying, but it is collapsing. I don't think so, but one day maybe Earth flies to some other planet, possibly. You cannot say that. Just like you say, when one flight takes off or lands and some bird comes in path or touches its surface, flight surface, there is a cause lot of imbalance. It happens. It was just a bird. Our Earth is a ball of 12,500 kilometer diameter. And when it is disturbed, say you are disturbing it every day, one day may come when it starts acting on disturbance, acting on deletion of a point by your rooting it, robbing it, abusing it, and possibly it goes to Jupiter. Possibly. Can you imagine that situation? The balance of solar system is completely destroyed. Earth flies from this location to some other planet like Jupiter or like some other Mars or Sun, let us say to Sun. By chance, if it reaches to Sun, what shall happen? It shall dip in Sun. You won't do that? Because it won't take much for it. It won't take much for Earth. It's more power. It can move with that speed. Or you may not be moving that, you are already going there. Scientists may tell that. But I'm just giving an imagination. Maybe it happens. What is your role in that? Do you want that hypothetical situation to happen? It shall not happen, I know. But let us assume it happens. Because without assumption, there is no engineering. Without assumption, there is no science. Assumption is a reference when there is no reference. When there exists no reference, assumption is considered a reference. Imagination is considered a reference. So I am referring to that imagination. If this happens, what shall we do? That is what people are stressing, that we have to protect diversity. We have to protect biodiversity. We have to protect earth. We have to protect air. We have to protect water. We have to protect sun rays. We have to protect everything. Nature is for us. We are for nature. Nature has given us everything free of cost. Shopkeeper will charge you. Businessman will charge you for everything. Government will charge you. Everybody will charge you for everything. But natural powers never charge us anything. Just understand. Just understand this point. Water never asks money for you. It is treatment of water that person takes money from you. But rainwater does not charge you anything. Sunlight, sun does not charge you anything. Air does not charge you anything. Soil does not charge you anything. Sky does not charge you anything. But still you are talking of wealth, wealth, wealth. Did you buy air? Did you buy sun? Did you buy something like that? Did you pay them? Did you have agreement with them? Never. So what you are doing? Why are you killing animals? Did you have agreement with them? They'll kill you and eat. If animal just say, okay, I have agreement with you, I'll eat you, you run away. Okay, surrender then. Okay, my dear, eat me. What is? You have to protect them. They have to protect you. Simple. Can't you walk? Can't you use bicycle? Can't you have energy from sun? Can't you strengthen your body? Can't you upgrade your mind? You know, since you started these facilities, these comforts like air conditioned life, car life, comfort, injury, you want to enjoy everything, but simultaneously you are enjoying stress, distress, strain. Oh my God, I have too much today. Oh, today I'm stressed. Very stressed. Very stressed. What is your mental value if you have stress? Where is your mental potential? Where is it gone? Mind is the strongest element with you. Mind is very powerful, more powerful than effect of fire. Mind is a power. Mind is a power. Because you think today, where today I am today, say 65 years, I still remember when I went to my school first day for admission, for interview, my father took me to that school just to get admission. I still remember that. And when think of last 50 years I was doing this, oh, immediately, oh, I met that one, what was name, oh, yes, the one. And if you don't remember that name, after, oh, yes, that person was this, I signed somewhere. Your mind opens files automatically to support you. Even 50 years back, 60 years back. And it shows you new files, maybe which will be used after 20 years. Dream world it is. You say, oh, this is dream, no problem. Every day I get dream, so this is dream. Yes, this is dream. But you say, it's no joke. This is a system. This is a system. It is you only. It is human only that got this gift, this mind system. No other living being has been empowered, has been granted this system. Those who use this instrument, they get lot of information. And don't you don't use it, you just sleep. It's like, you take a water supply in your home or bathroom or kitchen. Use it, water comes down, you can soften. Water is there in line. You are not using it. It's not fault of line. It's not fault of water. It's fault of yours. Because you are not inclined to use that. It's your fault. It's not water fault. It's not mind fault. If you are not thinking, it's mind fault. If you drink and hang yourself, what can mind do? You know what happens? Just think of. Have you ever thought of value of mind? How it works? Who moves it? Sometimes it thinks very much, very sharp. Sometimes sleeps. Why? Sometimes it shows you something and runs away. It happens because of your soul. Again, I say mind is an instrument like this hard disk. If you use it, you use it. If you put it off. It's not going to cause anything. Mind will not speak anything to you. It's up to you to do what you want to do. It's your friend if you befriend it. It's not your friend if you don't befriend it. I want to take some water. Who's there? Mr. Aliong, Mr. Good morning. I cannot say sorry for that. I am talking for diversity, and it's very, very important subject in this era. Because whatever is happening because of disturbances in diversity, biodiversity. We have disturbed environment, we have disturbed everything. We have disturbed everything. And that's why we are impacted. Everybody is impacted. I just think and speak. I'm not expert of this subject, not at all. I'm just like you, thinking only. I have not gone through any book of diversity or of air or of water. But by common sense, I'm talking to you, nothing else. Basically, I am a civil engineer, and civil engineer sometimes links to environment as well. Today's state, if suppose I want to use fresh air, I don't have. Same applies to you. If you want to use fresh air, you don't have. Even if you use cylinder, it's not fresh. Even if you use medical oxygen, it's not fresh. It's not fresh. There is so much chemicals in air. I was, when I was too young, you can say child, it is very clean. We used to go to sometimes in evening garden or morning garden. Used to enjoy. My father said, come on, take these water particles from tea plants. Not from tea plants. Sorry, these leaves, tea plant leaves, small leaves. Just some drop of water. Take this stuff out, put it in your eyes. This is very fresh and helps your eyes. Walk barefooted on grass. It's moist. It's not because he was a medical doctor or something, because they knew that time air was very fresh and it will benefit your body. So you used to go early morning and when it's moist, because of mist is there on these plants and you use it. So we felt when walking on grass barefooted, we felt comfortable. So that situation does not exist now. Even if you know what's there in air now. Chemicals are, that's fine. Chemicals are here. In addition to chemicals, there are two types of chemicals now in here. One is inorganic chemical, other is organic chemical. I need to say there is nitrogen, which is inorganic. There is oxygen, which is inorganic. There is argon, which is inorganic. There is methane, which is organic. There is ethane, which is organic. Like that, butane is there, propane is there, carbon dioxide there, which is inorganic, carbon monoxide is inorganic, and then in addition to that, there are so many, like hydrogen sulfide is there, it's also inorganic gas, and in addition to this many, there are so many other, and of course particles. Dust particles are there, particles like dust, silt, clay, these remain in suspension. And all these chemicals work regularly. Yesterday we had heavy rain, for about 2 hours, 1 hour, heavy rain. Why? You may say, no, it's work of nature. Yeah, it's work of nature, that's okay. But when there is untimely rain, this means this is actually not rain. It is seeded rain. We did not seed it, chemical seed it. There is a cloud formation, pro-rain cloud formation. There is little requirement after which it starts raining because of condensation of particles, nuclei, ionization, based on ionization and nuclei, there is condensation, and based on condensation means augmentation of these water particles. When they augment, they come down because of gravity, and we say it's rain, but actually it's not rain, it's chemical drop. This is seeding, chemical seeding, which come down in form of rain droplets, and when they heat up, after 1 day, 2 days, they evaporate. Again, same process happens. Ionization, condensation, and then precipitation, and you see rain. So every week this happens, and we feel, oh, there's rain, there's rain. It is not rain, it is chemical showering. It's not rain. And it's our own creation, no one else's creation. Our own creation, and it can't be removed. Yes, it may come down, it may go, it may come down. They have been locked down for 1 month, 2 months. What happened? No input to air, no input of anything, no input of further fuel, no input of industry, no input of something. So there was a time for these particles. What they did, so nothing is coming up, we are not getting our dents, so they started settling, augmenting, settling, augmenting. When augmentation means when many particle size come together to make a bigger particle, bigger element, that's called augmented, bigger size particle. And when they densify, they try to settle. And so it's clean, it's not clean. When you open everything, again same settle, everything you see. Millions of tons of gases are entered into air. So densification of air, density of air increases. You can say cloud ceiling decreases or sometime increases, and sometimes you can say coverage of cloud decreases or increases. If you say weather report, you find all this information. And ultraviolet factors increase or decrease every day. Ultraviolet index. Sometime I saw doctors talking on TV and saying ultraviolet is best for purpose of COVID treatment. Ultraviolet injection. You want ultraviolet injection, right? I can give you free. I have plenty of ultraviolet injection. I don't even need a syringe for that. Don't worry. Dr. Saheb, come with me. I'll give you ultraviolet injection. Huh? What you're talking about will surprise. We have not done it. I have done it. You have not done it. I have done it. I can give 2 items free to doctor. My dear doctor, I can give you not only ultraviolet injection, I can give you vitamin D also free. Come on. Shall you? You shall not, I know. You shall not. Because you want comfort. You don't want to come out of AC room. How can you get ultraviolet rays? You may ask me what nonsense is talking. Yes, I'm talking nonsense. When somebody talks to you frankly, based on truth, you say it is nonsense. Yes, it is nonsense. I'm talking nonsense. It is based on information, not based on me. Go and read daily report of weather. You will find all this information. What is temperature, maximum, minimum expected current? What is cloud coverage? What is ceiling? What is position of clouds? What is whether it's cloudy or it's dusty or it's raining? Or what is ultraviolet index? Ultraviolet index. Every time I try to explain, I think people do not want to understand. If you want to raise your immunity level, if really you want to raise your immunity level, then just take 1 hour of your daily sequence during daytime. I know you can't because you are a very big person. You are too busy. But be sure you are not too busy. You are never too busy more than upkeep of your health. You are never too busy. You may be billionaire, trillionaire. You are not above your health. You cannot buy health. Never. You can't replace your body. You can't change your body system. Only you can do, you can strengthen it. You can strengthen your body, your soul, your mind. Because when body is reinforced, body is strengthened, body is reignited, body is internally fired, you get strong. Try it anytime. If you walk in high temperature, even for 30 minutes, these days ultraviolet is always more than 10 in afternoon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Early morning is 4, just like when sun comes in around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, we'll find ultraviolet around 4, 5, and at 1 o'clock about 10, 11, sometimes 12, and one time I saw it was 15. International standard says maximum is 10. Ultraviolet transmission from sun through ozone layer, we should protect it We should not allow it, but our ozone layer is also depleted now. It's giving, it's have become pervious, you can say. It was impervious. Purpose of it was not to allow ultraviolet rays to pass through to air, but it has not worked. It has failed. You can't help it also, because these chemicals which you infill in air, these have deployed, these have, you can say, destroyed that power or reduced that power of ultraviolet rays. Ozone sphere. You have harmed, you have destabilized ozone sphere. So you get ultraviolet transmission, but if you can digest it, though it's not easy because it's very powerful, it cannot be easily digested, but you can use it timely. For example, when you walk in sun or stand in sun, let us say for half an hour, all your toxins from body will be out by sweat. Your body shall get some ultraviolet infiltration or injections, you can say uniform injection on your body. Yes, you can just cover your exposed surface like face, like head, because shirts or pants or whatever you are wearing is wearing, that's okay. Whatever the exposed portion, ultraviolet can cause harm to that bare portion. That point must be kept in view. And if you take daily ultraviolet rays and vitamin D, I think your body shall certainly strengthen, because you will drink also. Drink with water you will take, or tea you will take, or whatever you want to take you shall take. That shall demand replenishment of your dehydrated water from body, to replenish that and to keep it balanced one. So maybe you take some water after that for 1 hour, 2 hours gradually, and your dehydration will stop. So that water particle shall be, you clean all surface inside wherever toxin pass through, and you will feel happy. Simultaneously, you have consumed ultraviolet rays, which will also refine your body, clean all chemicals and toxins from your body, provided you don't impact on your exposed surface. That's what my intention is, to explain to you that if you want free of cost something, this is available. Only cost is that you have to stand in sun and walk. You have to tolerate some sweating body, and if you do it, maybe on first day you may not like it. But gradually, it's third day, fourth day, fifth day, 1 week, you'll be used to that one, and that is best doctor for you for many diseases, because your blood pressure shall change, and your hydration and dehydration system will work. Dehydration and then hydration and dehydration and then hydration. So your body shall change, its power shall change, and you will feel better. And if you walk, say half or 30 minutes in 1 day, maybe next day you like to walk 40 or 35 minutes or 40 minutes, and then gradually increasing it, and depending on weather conditions. So that's what I say, as you have to protect diversity, because diversity, air is a part of diversity. You can say clouds also a part of diversity, and whatever birds are, they are parts of diversity. How you are living is a part of diversity. Your body is a part of diversity. These cares you must take. Well, it's already more than 1 hour. Actually, I was interested to talk about COVID, which is still a big problem, and the world has become mad. What I observe, whole world is now in unit state, psychological state. Whole world has become. There's a pandemics, that's okay, but there's a panecomics also. Panenomics and panedon. Panic dominates. When sometimes you can't see, but you have, somebody told you have one snake in home. Snake. Where's snake? Where's snake? Where's snake? You can't see snake, but you are told there's snake, you are in panic, you can't sleep, you can't move here and there, you can't because there's panic. So this is a panic, COVID-19, SARS, COVID-19. This has caused panic throughout the world, and just not panic alone, it's working. More than 500,000 are infected in Latin America. And don't ask about America because no news is coming from the no right news. So I think America has crossed maybe you can say, I should say, crores, you may say. They are not telling fact. Infections are in crores. Same applies to UK. And there's always a rumor from Europe that whatever they say, it's only 10%. You just put a zero behind that, you'll get that one. And in our country, our beautiful Bharat, nothing happens concrete. Nobody knows what's happening here. And nobody wants to tell facts. Facts are okay, they hide facts, let them hide facts. But you can't hide every time everything. Facts are facts. Ultimately, you can say we have started on a journey of COVID and whole world is in its arrest, is in grip. It's like unwarranted policemen, unwarranted authority has come to you. Unwarranted, invisible authority is working around the world. They are so smart, they have so planned well that they have taken complete position. They have taken complete position how to control humanity, and they did not destroy material of earth, but they destroyed humanity. How many have died so far, nobody knows and never know. We shall never know that. How many have been infected, we shall never know that because facts are not available on papers. Everything is not available on paper, so we shall never know it. That's also a fact. Know it or know it doesn't make a difference, but problem is people, scientists haven't answered. They haven't answered facts. They have not gone to a point where you can say, oh, see, look, gentlemen, this is the point where it started, and this is the reason for that. No reason is available. No conclusion is available. Politics is one. Yes, that's something. Only politics. Politics by these corrupt politicians all over the world. We have corrupt, no, every other corrupt. In our country, many things are happening. Politics is happening, torture is happening, torture to our people, our poor people, our hardworking people, people who sacrifice their life for this country, people who do a lot for this country. They are tortured by those who do nothing, and this is unfortunate. We don't treat humans as humans. We treat them animals. This is proven. First country in this world which treat its assets as animals. Our our these industrial workers have been treated like animals. They have been treated them as if they are slaves. This is unfortunate. This pandemic is not their fault. This COVID-19 is a challenge to whole world. And I'm sure that this challenge, this challenging COVID-19 can't be defeated. Defeated in a sense that one day we can say, oh, celebrate because COVID has gone. I don't think that that day exists somewhere. Okay, this is what today's issue regarding this COVID and our workers. Workers are workers. No one cares for workers. People care for those who never work actually. Our politicians, they care themselves because they never work, and those who work for themselves, nobody cares for them. Like doctors were ignored, scientists were ignored, everybody is ignored. Only they respect them only because of fear, not otherwise. Our people are respecting doctors not because they want to respect doctors, but because they don't want to die. But they don't support them. That is a clear evidence that they do not respect them. Okay, now purpose of my talk is not this. This is just supporting talk so that it's a part of life now. Or you may say it's also a part of profession because it has affected everyone. I may say that I'm in different profession. I don't need this. But profession is one part, but life is another part. This affects your life, everybody's life all over the world. So this cannot be isolated from your discussion directly or indirectly. It has to come in a statement. Whatever statement you deliver, I myself or someone else, it's same thing. Now I say how to manage, how to organize something. How to organize something is a great question and a big question. How to organize something. Let us say I want a cup of tea. I want a cup of tea. How can I take it? What to define that? I have to organize it. That I can say. I have to take a cup of tea and I have to have a cup of tea. I must organize myself. I must, or you may say, I should manage a cup of tea. If I have to manage a cup of tea, I have to organize it. That word organization for smallest activity or for biggest activity is very important. I need water, I need milk, I need sugar, I need healing, I need heat or thermal energy, I need some pots, I need a cup, I need some spoon. All this I need for a cup of tea. If I don't have them, I can't get cup of tea. This means I have to arrange all that. And not only arrange, I have to see after arranging what ratio proportion I have to use. That's part of design. Ratio, proportion of water, milk, sugar, milk, etc. And what temperature I have to heat with, and how much quantity I have to take. This is all called organization or management. Only for a cup of tea. Or if I can't make it suitable for someone who wants to drink it, so he may drink it just not one will see, yeah, they were short of sugar, too much milk was there, it's not properly boiled or not properly filtered. Such comments you will get. This is on organization. Means even for a small item, you have to work a lot. Even for a small item. Just a cup of tea. And there is also thermodynamics in that. Let us say, let us say you are making it, you're cooking it. You have done everything and it's now boiled. No, I'm working, I'm boiling it on a gas. What I'm doing? I have started gas. It's now working. Now my part on which I'm making tea. One is to a gas fire, other end of this is on top. When I start heating it, what happens? Gradually it starts heating up, heating up, heating up. Portion of part which is at fire at fire, it is heated up earlier than upper portion of cover outside. I then try to use some, spoon or something to stir it like this. Oh, what is reason I do that? Practically you do that, but what is the reason for that? Until we don't know reason, we cannot analyze all these issues. Reasoning is logic. If you can reason anything, it's called logic. That logic is basis of management. I say, okay, this surface where I start heating, it's now 50 degrees, 60 degrees, 70 degrees, and top surface is 30 degrees. Top near top where top of dematerialize. This is 30 degrees. Or there's a difference of 30 degrees between two locations. What does it mean? It means 60, 70, 30 at this point. There's a gradient of 30 degrees, thermal gradient. But I don't want gradient when I'm making, I want uniformity in temperature. So that my heat is applied uniformly to that volume of cup of tea. Look, it's just a cup of tea, but there's a mechanism, there's an engineering, there's a science behind it. When I apply to stir it like this, why apply this? You may say, no, because I want to protect this part from being burning. Yes, that is the result of what you are doing. I know that. But what is purpose of stirring it? The only purpose is that I want to spread that heat at bottom to top also. So whole volume of this water, whole volume of this tea ingredients become uniformly heated throughout. That is only purpose. So that I try to eliminate this material from thermal ingredients. Upward is down, upward is falling, and at down is high. So triangle portion upward is at there is 0, 0, and there's down. That is a consideration. That is a consideration of how to make tea. If you can think like that, it's not only tea only, it's water boiling also, it's milk boiling also. Whatever you do, it's actually analysis of tea I'm doing here. This is a kind of procedural analysis. If you analyze every activity in life, let's give an example. If we had analyzed what shall happen after this issue is done, if you can anticipate that, if you know that can be possible result of that, this is option 1, this is option 2, this is option 3. It can happen. It can happen. It may also happen. This is called risk analysis. Because these are what happen are anticipations, or there will be additional impact on that can be named hazard. Hazard. Jeopardy. GHA. Job hazards analysis. JHA. If we do like that, if we can do that by applying our mind for everything in life, that is thinking. That is called thinking power. Applied thinking, application of thinking, not natural thinking, application of thinking. I am doing this job. I think before starting this, I think during doing this, and I have to see what result I get, and then think again How to improve, how to modify. This is called procedural analysis or analysis. This is what is required. This is what should be done. But we do not do that, unfortunately. We do not understand that point. That is our weakness. Because we don't think in that direction. When you say that I am doing post-graduation degree, I am doing doctorate degree, or I am doing fundamental research or postdoctoral research or fellowship, what does that mean? This means you have done your normal education. Now you are going to do your own education. When you are doing analytical work on your own, you are actually studying something independently. Very little guidance from someone, but major portion you are doing yourself. You are proactive, you are pro-lead, you are leading yourself, and you can say 90% you are self-teacher and 10% assistance. You may be getting from some guy in formal direction. So you are matured enough. You are going towards a level of maturity. So when maturity comes to you, it is your responsibility to analyze. Nobody would say analyze this. So you must have 2 or 3 options or 4 options or 5 options, which you have to research and apply it. That is part of thinking process. Think on. May say, oh, why you're wasting in time thinking? Do it. Do it. How can you do it if you don't know what you're going to do is right? At least you must ascertain that it is right. Maybe it is wrong, but you have a certain definition that you calculated on that, you have certain formula or certain assumption based on which you calculated that and reached some conclusion. Yes, I think this option 1 is better, or option 2 is better, or option 3 is better, or which is best one. You will apply that first. This analysis means you have understood everything there. If not everything, majority of that you have understood. And that's called calculated thinking, calculated risk. You calculated that, considering each and every factor involved with that. What's wrong with that? Plus and minus always happens. Multiplication, division always happens. Exponent always happens. But you have to think, oh, there can be a chance of exponential which have power of 2 or power of 3 or pi minus 4. That is what you have to organize. What is organization? We do this or we do that. We do this or we do that. Assumption. Okay, let's try this. When you apply calculated thought, you will never feel something because there is a logic behind it. And you will not get losses to immense level, you will get tolerable losses. But you will get tolerable benefits also. So tolerable losses and tolerable benefits tally each other, talk to each other, no problem. That is what is called organization management. If you can organize that way throughout your work, you will get something. Certainly, you will get what you wanted to get. Maybe 2% this way or 2% that way, which lies within limits of tolerance. Means you can modify that. And modification is part of project. Remedial measures are a part of project. Defects always remain, remember. Without defects, facts cannot move. Means whenever there is a shortage in facts, that's called defect. When there is a cut corner, that's called a defect. Defect is nothing new. It's not something they should not accept. Defect means there are facts. That's why there are defects. If you produce something You say quality is not to mark. Okay, quality is not mark, but product is there. So this substandard product you can say. This is not to mark. Say yes. What we have to actually do, we have to bring that defect to fact, and we have bring that substandard to standard. That's what we have to do. Only this. Defect to fact, mistakes to tolerable limits, errors to tolerable limits, modification, that is where quality lies. If you can bring that in first attempt, second attempt, or third attempt, that's fine. It's difficult to get that in first attempt. Okay, second attempt, third attempt, but you can't say never. It's not possible. Never is not possible, because it is something you know. Something you know. So you cannot say forever. No, you can't say. So it's up to you. What concentration do you make on that work? What option do you accept? What degree of analysis you make? How much risk you think about? And if you know risk is there, then you find also how to solve that risk. And you know how to solve that risk means you may find different new opportunities also. Oh, I have done this, means this result is also coming. I'm getting this also benefit. That 2 or 3 benefits can come to your risk. Sorry, opportunity. I'm not talking theoretical. I'm talking practical. We did not make any analysis in air for water. We did not make analysis. Really enjoyed. We have to learn a lesson. We have to learn a lesson. Now we are learning lesson, but it's too late. Environment lesson now we are learning. I'm just giving a reference. There was a time we were greedy. Oh, I am getting this product from fossil fuels. I am getting petrol. I am getting diesel. I am getting gas. I am getting this. I am getting that. I will refine, make money, and use cars. And also, we got bioproducts from that: butane, propane, ethane, methane. We were happy. Oh, we are getting double benefit. Great, 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 great. That avarice of double benefit brought to you plastic, brought to you polythene, right? From where did polythene come? You know that? What is light duty polyethylene? What is medium duty polyethylene? What's high duty polyethylene? Did you ever think of that? You're using plastic pipes, you're using plastic sheets, you're doing everything here and there. From where does it come? Where your mattresses come, your polystyrene come, where this polythene come, your wall extruded come, thermocol, from where will come? Did you ever think of that? It is because of bioproducts. So you agreed for, oh, I am getting this benefit also. It became an opportunity to make money, to have comfort, to have sofa, to have this, to have that. So you yourself enhance your standard of living. But you did not remember that time. We did not remember that time to analyze it. Had we analyzed that time, that this will lead to air pollution, that will lead to water pollution, that will lead to beach pollution. We did not realize that. And we did it. Now, when we are near death, we are thinking of that. Oh, we should not produce plastic materials like this. We should not produce like this. Why? Because it cannot be recycled. Mobile phone cannot be recycled. Your machines cannot be recycled, plastic machines. Your fridge based on plastic parts cannot be recycled. So stop producing short-lived gadgets, short-lived mobiles. Enhance their life, make it like that, manufacture in a way that Rather than working for 3 or 4 years, they should work for 3 times or twice their life. We want to reduce this pollution material to 50% to 40% in coming 5 years or 10 years. Now you're thinking. That is what I say. Timely analysis is very important. Don't run fast. Don't take foolish decisions. Decision making is also an art. Decision making is also smart. It's not I just decide in chutki. This is value. No, this is not scientific work. You are doing foolish work. You take time, not excessive time, not years, just a couple of days you decide. Think every point. Otherwise, what's the value of mind? I don't know why I am this mind and we can't decide it. Better this should not be issue like this. Let's look at a section, that's okay. What is purpose of mind? Why I can't apply my mind to my work? What's wrong with that? This is very important point. You may understand, you may not understand, but this is very important point. People say we waste our time talking. Application of mind is science. Application of mind is engineering. Application of mind is intelligence. And application of mind is a value to God, as worship to God. Worship to God, if you want to do it, irrespective of whatever religion you trust in, use your mind. Because of this mind only, you are here, I am here. Everybody has mind, everybody. If you are human being, you have mind. Yes, it may vary in degree of approach. If you are educated, very well educated, you can use it better. Who are not very well educated, they are using a different way. Even criminals are using mind. They use mind. Smugglers use mind. Use of mind is your property. It's your efficiency. If you don't know, I'm tired, I'm sleeping. If you are sleeping 14 hours a day, this means you are not using mind. Because mind has its own pleasure. When you solve something using your mind, you feel relaxed. You feel relaxed. Oh, I have done it. I have done it myself. You feel great. And if somebody comes to you, hey, I have taken decision, do it. I have taken decision, do it. You can't use your mind. And if you can't use your mind, you don't feel happy. Oh, this is so much work he has given me. He has given me so much work. He just doesn't understand that I have to be really busy whole day, do this and do this and do this. Because you are not using your mind. When you use your mind to do it, you enjoy it. Experiment sometime, many times explained before also. When you walk, try it sometime. After walking, let us say 10-15 minutes, when you start feeling heated up or little difficult in walking, then you see what's the status of your mind. Just experiment. Walk in open sun. And after 15-20 minutes, you will find that your mind starts working rapidly. Little rapidly, I'm not saying very rapidly. When you try to walk, you didn't like to walk. I'm tired, I don't want to go. It's difficult, I want to play. I have to go to bed, I want to rest, I want to take tea. Taking tea is no problem. But when you walk, you find that your mind is starting energizing itself. You are starting thinking something which did not sit at home and think that time. When you are sitting home, you did not start, but now you are thinking, I have that problem. And after another 15 minutes, you will find intensifying in that. Because when you walk, your energy from mind comes to body and from body goes to mind. This is a different movement. I have an envelope for me. I'm living in that software envelope or electron magnetic envelope. And that energy goes from down to up and up to down. When I get a magic through mind, it goes down and goes up as well in my body. So when I walk, my legs are working, my hands are working, my body is working, my stomach is working because of natural agencies applied on me. They are working on me. Air is working and heat is working and moisture is working and whatever food inside me I had taken is working. And this is enough energy here, enough energy here, and that energy is going down working. So I am taking energy bath. During my walking, I am taking energy bath. So my mind starts doing something. And if I had some pain in my legs, that is gradually diminished. My pain is little diminished. Of course, you will feel some pain, but after that, gradually it will go down and pass to your soul off the ground like earth. Your pain will go to earth, just like current, extra voltage goes to earth. Try it for many days. You will change your lifestyle. It's my assurance to you. Your energy would increase, your mind working will increase. You will start taking interest in mental affairs. Mental affairs means related to mind. You will like to read, or you will like to write, or you will like to give some intellectual discussion, not waste of time like laughing and singing and that. Because energy is working now, it was not working that time. And you shall start working better in your field, relaxed in your field, because your energy increases, your potential energy increases, your kinetic energy increases, your dynamic energy increases, your mental energy increases, and these increases in energies means your mental potential increases. You can capture problems earlier and solve it. You can have many assumptions and understand each and every assumption and solves it or finds a solution from. That is where power of mind works. Power of mind you can't imagine. I have given many talks on soul, power of soul. You can refer to them if you wish. It's complete different subject, but it is related science. I'm just trying to advise you for analysis of everything. So when your mind capacity increases, certainly it will impact your life. It will increase your thinking power. It will increase assimilation power. It will increase your potential of analysis. It will increase your thoughts, your memory, and your vision. And if you keep up that, you will try to find secrets from many hidden elements. Your thinking shall actually start, which was closed till now. That's why I'm saying thinking initiation, thinking priming, thinking, school of thought, which has been sleeping among 90% of people or 95% of people, should start working. We never thought of anything, we create problem. All this pollution, whatever pollution is there, whatever diseases are there, these are because we are not thinking, no one is thinking. Thinking has gone from world over. Thinking has gone from world over. There was a time when they used to think, England used to think, America used to think, Japan used to think, all used to think. They are not thinking now. There's only one drug addict now, GDP. We want GDP. Economic power of world. I don't understand what power they have. Again, I say I don't understand what power they have. They have forgotten organization of world. They have forgotten management of world. And that's why we have been struggling. When I say management of organization, it means quality where is deficient, just like I say, where is a defect and there's a fact. Defect to fact journey is called quality control. We have to manage it, we have to understand it, and we have to control it. Management organization, we say, oh, this sometimes, oh, this is a great organization. There's a great boss in this organization. He thinks for everybody. He does this and that. He's intelligent. He's a professional. Some people may say, because that organizational head is systematical, he thinks and makes system. He thinks and analysis. He finds solutions and he applies for solutions. And once applied, if it doesn't work, you try another one. And if you apply that doesn't work, you try other one. Someone shall certainly walk there. It's natural. But you have to apply them, think on them. It doesn't take much time. It does not at all take much time. Very small piece of time. Just like you study your book in your school or college. I studied once, I could not get it. Even after attending lecture, you could not get it. You apply second time, third time, or forget it, and some other day think of, you will get understanding that day. Not because you cannot think about that, you are not ready to understand that. Understanding is also not easy. Once you have to be ready, only then you can understand. Suppose I am reading something, I am reading a book, but my concentration is somewhere else. I am reading it, I am going through pages, I know something is written there, but my mind is also working elsewhere, which I don't know, you don't know, it's working. Your mind knows which problem is priority to you. So, that time, you may read this 10 times, you cannot understand. Because your mind is not working here, it's working somewhere else. When your mind works for this, you can understand immediately. This is all part of mechanism of organizational management. When you reach that standard of organization where you can set it all time, reset it all time, you can do good for it, you will think good for it, you can deal with quality, safety, and every approach site gives you. You can deal with that. That's what I say. Project management, or you can say project establishment for doing that project is till it works as project. A special special text line that gives you something. That's expressly your thought for that. If we can understand that point, management is no problem. Management or organizational quality is no problem. We can very easily reach from deficiency to efficiency. We can very easily reach to no solution to solution. We can very easily work from risk analysis and risk, understanding risk, ensuring that risks are avoided, are protected from, and we can reach to solutions. Safe work solution. healthy solution where we can say that we are proficient, we are prompt in service. You may need certificate of quality, you may need certificate, that's another point. But quality service does not need any certification. It does not need any certification. Real quality. Right? But we don't understand real quality. We understand only चलता है attitude. We understand only oh कर दो यार बहुत हो गया बहुत हो गया. That is devastation. You ignore quality, quality will ignore you. You ignore a statement, the statement will ignore you. Those letters cannot speak to you, but those actions can ignore you. Those letters can ignore you. Now, my point of view is not management or something. I try to make a background for you people to understand what I'm talking about. My point of view here is contract. Each series is contract, and contract means everybody has a right to have a contract. Everybody has a duty to work on contract. Everybody is involved in contract daily, directly or indirectly, either way. Sometimes we understand this by contract, sometimes we don't understand the contract. But contract already works there, it works always. It works. Automatically it is involved and it should be involved. That point I just say I have to discuss. I discussed with you before about FIDIC. I did not complete that. But completion is not difficult. It can be done anytime. Point is understanding. What do you understand by that? And I always repeat that contract is not a big gun. It's only a gun, only a paper gun. It's not even a gun too. Contract, basic meaning is you have to walk on the same track. Two parties have to walk on the same track. Nowadays they are using this word in infection, unfortunately they are using that. They are using this term contract in infection. So he contracted corona. Oh my God, you say. If you have corona, they say he contracted corona. Did he contract that? Just terminology. Who shall like to contract corona? No, no. You shall not like to contract not only corona but also other diseases. Who is suitable? But they are using this term. Okay, I don't mind that. You use this term. This corona contract is for termination, not for result. But what I am talking of for contract, for what? We, our life is based on contracts. Contracts means they have two hands, they work together. Of course, it's my hand. On the other hand, I shake hand with him. The shaking hand is banned these days, but hands are together. They have to move together. So you can say safe distance, keep hand. This is here and this is here. These both are working on same track, but with safe distance you can say. Safe traveling distance. So let us say safe traveling distance is more useful word than safe. You say together, or you can say shake hand. So if we move safe distance on a contract, I think it's wonderful. Because we are keeping a distance, but we are being safe. We are not going to have conflict with our contradiction each other. We are not going to contest with each other. We are working our job. I'm doing my job. We are doing the job. And that's what's required. We won't intermingle. We have same distance. We won't kiss each other. We have same distance. We will think of work because we can't talk to each other. I think if you see analytically, it's better. When two people contract, one is one designation, something else. Just like if I enter into job contract with some company, this company shall say, I am giving you this job, so I am employer, I am employing you, and you are my employer. Okay, employer and employee relation, but both are contractors. Both sign same page. I am signing as employer, you sign as employee. Both are contracting parties. Titles are different. Just like a film star may sign with his employer or producer or employer. I am employing you for this purpose, and you are employed for this purpose. So that's employed actor, and that's employed producer. Now this is very small contract with them. It's not. I can't even call it a professional contract. What we do in engineering is not ordinary contract. It's not ordinary contract. It binds all stakeholders. Contract with two parties, only two parties, or one party or joint venture. Contract is only between them. But others are affected all. They are all affected. Thousands and thousands of people can be affected by your contract because of contract like that. There's a main contractor, there's other contractors, subcontractors, some vendors and vendors and vendors. They all are stakeholders, even for one item they are. And employers, people, all those people, and engineers, supervisor engineers, designers, all are linked to that project which you are going to sign together. This means it's not ordinary law. Signed by two people but affect to all. Signed by two people, it affect to all. Those who all at a time working, all are working, maybe in future, all are going to be affected. And when this contract is furnished or finished or discharged, all will be discharged. See impact. If this is suspended, all will be suspended. Or this is terminated, all will be terminated. Is it not like that? This means this is not a contract. This is a machine. Yes, it is a machine. It is mechanism. It's a system. We have made a system between two parties. This is my job, this is your job. This is my responsibility, this is your responsibility. This is my statement, this is your statement. For this contract, I give you this. For this contract, you give me this. That's it, nothing else. Right? This is what you have to understand. If we can understand this point, we can understand God. Because everything is contained in such statements. Responsibility, scope of work, and then responsibility, then obligations, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Whatever you can write in that. If both parties agree, it can be agreed as far as legal, nothing wrong with that. This means this is something very specific, very special. And it varies from contract to contract. It varies from work to work, what sort of work it is, what type of work it is. It is big work or small work. It is supply or it is construction. It is something else or something else. It is commitment or something. Commitment is everywhere. Commitment is everywhere. So we are talking of that contract. which involves lives of others. Though people only two are here to sign, but there are hundreds and hundreds of people who work for those signatures. For value of those signatures, for honor of those signatures, from both ends, from both parties, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of your thousands work for years together to realize success of that contract, which adds to economy of nation, which adds to development of economy and other of nature. If you can understand this point, we can do a lot. I was interested in FIDIC, FIDIC, and I talked to you about that many times. It was not complete, no problem, but understanding is important rather than completion. If you can understand behind that what exists, what actually is that? That is important. So when I was last time talking, I explained last time about articles, indexed articles or content articles, what actually they are. That's okay. Now I'll go through article that we were required to discuss and we are discussing. And that FIDIC document is with me and I'll open it now and we talk we talk on that. Because this is applicable to projects and it's not it's not very easy to change that all time without thinking. So here we are not thinking for nation. Here we are thinking for everything. What will do means these types of contracts are used in many parts of nation. So this is open now. Conditions of contract, and I go directly to where we were discussing last time, not to waste time on the. So this is 9, this is 11, this is 12. Method of measurement, evaluation of what we had done, and omissions and value variations adjustment we had done. So what value engineering we had done, variation process we had done. I think we are talking of terminations, I remember. Better we talk of terminations. Contract price, advance payment, application for entering payments, and then schedule of payments, plant and materials, and issue of EPC. All right. It is now we do again because it's little confusing. It's termination by employer, then it is termination by just by super say contractor. We talked this last time, but this is different clause. We must understand it. Ah, yes. It is termination by employer. termination by employer. This is clause 15.1. Now it says notice to correct. Question is, why should ultimately be termination on contract? What happens that we have to terminate? It's no fun, it's no entertainment, because termination means we are saying you are nothing, you are not professional, you are useless, you don't know how. So when we say, why I'm going to terminate my contract, my employer, my contract, when you say my contractor, whom I employed, I am employer, I will terminate my contract, what's the reason behind that? There should be some reason. So reason could be many. Let us say this contractor is not working as required to work, or he's causing many defects, or there's some mistake by him which he doesn't understand, he repeats that. So termination can be caused because if that person doesn't listen to you to give quality job or to require job, then that person does not understand his job. So if that person does not understand you, why should I support such person? Just giving them more and more responsibility and harming my material and damaging my reputation. Why should I allow that person to work? I will see one time, two time, and then okay, you are not well, sorry. You just leave this work and go from this side. So it says notice to correct. It says notice to correct. Correct means to set something right. There's a notification to correct one thing. So what does it say? Let us see that. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Now, what it says, if contractor fails, if contractor or you can say party two, contractor is called party two, because party one is our employer. If contractor fails to carry out any obligation under contract, engineer may, by giving a notice to contractor, require that contractor to make good failure and to remedy it within a specified time. Notice to correct in these conditions. Means I am just giving notice to a contractor, giving him time and this mistake to notice this long information. Now, when I notify that person, that contractor, to set something wrong, let them do right, it is duty of that contractor to do it proficiently. But if that person does not care, what it says, notice to correct shall describe contractor's failure, state subclause and or provisions of contract under which contractor has obligation and specify time within which contractor shall remedy failure. Remedy failure means there was some failure. That failure must be set right by removing it and redoing it. So it says, first point is describe contractor's failure, and second point is write to subclause and the provisions of contract under which contract provisions, contract provisions, it has the obligation. Okay, we are saying I'm also giving you time within which time you should correct this failure, and which shall be reasonable. This time cannot be excess time, reasonable time. And also when you are on a site with some people, you know, then of course what happens, see what he says now after receiving a notice to correct. After receiving a notice to correct, contractor shall immediately respond by giving a further by corresponding notice to engineer or notifying him or informing engineer describing measures contractor shall take to remedy failure, and also giving a date on which such measures will be commenced in order to comply with time specified in notice. Okay? Correct. Now, time specified in notice to correct that shall not imply any extension of time for completion. All right. Now, this is number one. Now, it doesn't happen, say, termination for contractor's default. Now, it says termination of contractor's default, contract value. Alright, now say termination of contract under this clause shall not prejudice any other rights of employer under contract or otherwise, because this is a natural clause. This is a clause and the rights, it's not nothing specific. So what happens here, it says 15 to 1, and that is notice. Employer shall be entitled to give a notice which within you know employer shall be entitled to give a notice which shall state that it is given under subclause 15 to 1 to contractor of employer's intention to terminate contract of in case of subparagraph FG. Employer shall be entitled to give a notice which shall state that it is given under this subclause 15 to 1 to contractor of intention employer's intention to terminate contract or In case of subparagraph F and G or H below, a notice of termination if contractor fails to comply with, number one, fails to comply with. If you cannot do it, what I noticed as an engineer, you cannot do it, which is a notice of the correct or a binding agreement. A binding agreement or first, or what it is, final, a binding agreement or final and binding determination. Final and binding determination is calculation. Under subclause 3(7), agreement or determination. Final termination or final determination commitments. Or a decision of DAAB, that is obtaining DAAB decision under 21(4), whether binding or final and binding, and such failure now and such failure constitutes a material breach. Such failure constitutes a material breach of contract, of contractor's obligation under a contract, under this contract. So what is that? Let us see. It says abundance works. Abundance works. Abundance works and wait a minute. Yes. Abundance works or otherwise plainly demonstrates intention not to continue performance of contractor's obligations under this contract. Another is without reasonable excuse fails to proceed with works in accordance with clause 8, commencement, delays and suspension, or if there is a maximum amount of delay damages stated in contract data, his failure to comply with subclause 8(2), time for completion is such that employer would be entitled to delay damages that exceeded this maximum amount. And without reasonable excuse fails to comply with a notice of rejection. Without reasonable excuse fails to proceed with works in accordance with commencement, delays and suspension, or if there is a maximum amount of delay damages stated in contract data, failure to comply with subclause 8(2), time for completion is such that employer would be entitled to delay damages that exceeds this maximum amount. Without reasonable excuse fails to comply with notice of rejection given by engineer under subclause 7(5), defects and rejection, or an engineer instruction. Under subclause 7(6), remedial work within 28 days after receiving it, or fails to comply with subclause 4(2), performance security of subcontracts whole or part of work in breach of subclass 51 subcontractors or assigns contract without required agreement under clause 77 assignment or becomes bankrupt or insolvent, goes into liquidation, administration, reorganization, winding up or dissolution. So becomes bankrupt or insolvent, goes into liquidation, administration or reorganization, winding up or dissolution, becomes subject to appointment of a liquidator, receivers, administrators, manager or trustee, enters into a composition or arrangement with contractors, creditors, or any act is done or any event occurs which is analogous to or has similar effect to any of these acts or events under applicable laws. Or if constructor is JV, or if contract is joint venture, what happens in that case? Any of these matters apply to member of joint venture, and other members do not promptly conform to employer that in accordance with subclass 114A joint and several liability, such members' obligations under contract shall be fulfilled in accordance with contract. Or is found based on reasonable evidence to have engaged in fraudulent, collusive, or coercive practice at any time in relation to works or to contract. This is on behalf of employer, what employer want to say. After that, if we go to 1522, that is termination. These are all we explained to you. Possible criteria, possible uh, considering conditions that could lead to termination. Then we say that termination is now on card on behalf of employer to contractor. How this is properly say? If you understand first termination by employer, then it's easy to understand termination by suspension and termination by contractor, because that's much complicated than this. This is too easy. Unless contractor remedies material described in notice given under subclause 15.1, notice within 14 days of receiving notice within 14 days of receiving notice, and the employer may be giving a second notice unless contracted remedies matter described in notice given under subclass 15.1 within 14 days of receiving notice, employer may be giving a second notice to contractor. Immediately terminate contract. This means 14 days is limitation period, other 40 days is not a limitation period. May be giving a second notice to contractor, immediately terminate contract. Date of termination shall be date contractor receives this second notice. Okay. Now, however, in case of subparagraph, this F, G, or H, or whatever it is, employer may be giving a notice under some clause 15 to 1, which we just have discussed. Immediately terminate contract and date of contract receives this notice, that is concluded. Then what happens? That's in 15.3, consequences of that termination letter, that is after termination. What can happen? Let us understand that. After termination of contract by employer, what shall happen to contractor and what shall happen to employer? Now, after termination of contract, under 15.2.2, that is termination, contractor shall, number A, what shall he do? Let's see. Comply immediately with any reasonable instructions. Whatever instruction is given to contractor, that must be complied with, including in a notice given by employer under this subclause. Certainly, when notice is given, it must have some condition which we think you should have done this, that should be somewhere. And moreover, this is not perfect, it is not anything by this pages. There is many causes that in the explanation. Okay. A says contractor has to comply immediately with reasonable instructions. Whatever instruction is there, that's included in notice given by employer under subclause. Then, for assignment of any subcontract, if it's required for assignment of any subcontract, and two, for protection of life or property or for safety of works. These are basics. These must be complied immediately if it is instructed to contractor by engineer. Means assignment of any subcontractor and safety of, you can say, works and protection of life, protection of property, etc. Next is delivery to engineer. Deliver to engineer. If engineer requires, if employer requires some goods, deliver to engineer means any goods required by employer. Goods means now they are telling goods, but actually it is same thing, material, machine, or what we call it. Term is given good in IS 9001, so they are using that term. All contractors' documents, what's that? Because contractor documents are for project. Certainly this will be required. And all other design documents, made by or for contractor to extent if any time about whatever happens, my God, then this is the problem. Is I